Okay. And what I want to do is just ask you some questions, or you ask me anything particular what you want to go over. Our first part of the class, we're going to be doing basic Q&A. Like I said, this is for our PBS. It's not for anything outside of that. We will, other than to work our PBS, that includes our advertising. If you need to know how to work on a page, how to get links, where to find links, that's what this class is for. Once we get through the Q&A, I'm going to go through and show you the page that I finished from last week that we started, and show you how it turned out. And then I'm going to show you some ad sites and how to do ads. That includes Facebook and social media. There's a lot of people been asking, how do you post on social media aspects as far as your marketing. So we'll be going over that. So once we get started, I want you to all to unmute unless you have, or to mute yourself unless you have a question. And like I said, we do have a new student today, Miss Gloria, so make sure that you ask your questions that you need. That's what we're here for. There are no stupid questions. There are no silly questions. Everything that you need to know, we're going to figure it out. So don't be afraid to ask. That's what we're here for. And I've been in here for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in March. I'm one of Rory's MSI. He's my personal instructor, so you can imagine. I'll, talk to him about once a week to get things going, what he needs us to do. So we always have a game plan. And the fact that he trusts me to teach other students should, just speaks volumes to me that he allows me to do that.
You're an awesome instructor, Sheila.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm very patient. You can ask Miss Linda Marie.
Yep. Yes, she is.
So I know people have their own learning curve. I had a son who was dyslexic, so I'm all about, taking the time to make sure you find your exact niche on how you learn. I learned, did lots of research. I'm a researcher, so anything that throws a kink in how my plans go, I research to find out how to get that kink out. So I got a lot of knowledge. I actually have 3 degrees. I'm debating on whether to get a 4th one. I got some things I want to learn to do. The thing about it is time.
She's a bona fide nurse. She's the top notch of nurses.
I just got to figure out what I want to do. Well, I know what I want to do. I just got to see how I'm going to structure it in my time. So,
Sheila, I have a question for you.
Yes.
We have the ability to go into Rory's sites to get ad pictures, and I don't know what that site is. I'd asked you about it on Skype, and you never answered me.
There is, when you first started, there is a website where you can sign up for Rory's Dropbox.
Right.
Now,
that's the word.
Yeah, it's his Dropbox. Now, the thing about it is Rory has the professional Dropbox, just like I do. And if you download his Dropbox and you only have the free Dropbox, you're not going to have enough space.
No, I just want to go there and get pictures.
You can't. That's what I'm telling you. You can't unless you download his Dropbox.
Oh, wow.
Or subscribe to the Dropbox. So
that's why I don't have it then.
Yeah. So if you were on the training today, you saw how Roy gets his images. They're on Google Images, and we'll be going over that on how to get images. We can actually show you how to do that right now. So let me get out of some of this stuff here. I'm gonna need this later for class. So to get images is quite simple. If you have Google or whatever your search engine is, some people will have Bing, some people will have Yahoo search. We use Google because it is more conducive with our websites and the programs that we use. Google's more user-friendly for it. So we use Google. So you're going to go to Google, and whatever you are writing about, say, I know you're looking for keto, Linda. So we're going to look up keto diet. So you're going to type keto diet in your search bar, okay, which is this bar up here is your search bar. And it's going to pull up keto diet. Now, automatically it's going to pull up anything dealing with keto diet, but you just want images. So right here is their toolbar. So you're just going to click on images. Okay. So then it pulls up all the images of keto. Now, the thing you have to worry about is you want to make sure that if you use an image, it doesn't have a watermark on it. And a watermark is any distortion on the picture that marks it as a paid picture, which means you actually have to pay to use that picture. And the company that owns it will give you a link to go in and pay for it, and then they'll send you a clean image that you can use. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to use images that has someone else's link on it or someone else's information for them to call, like this one right here. It says keto diet, but it's got an ad on it right here. So you don't want to use that ad. You don't want to use that picture because it's got somebody else's advertising on it. Like right here is another one. It says 7 dangers of going keto and health. Now that would be a good one if you wanted to use that. I actually did a page on keto, that it is not a way of life. A lot of people are using keto as a lifestyle, and it is not healthy. It's just something. Keto is a good diet to get your body rejuvenized and energized to get it back working the way it needs to work, but it should not be a lifestyle choice. It should just be something short term to meet your goals and to get your body acting the way it needs to act.
So you said that picture is a good one? I like
yes.
that.
Yeah, you can use that because it doesn't have anybody's links on it. Okay. I'm trying to find one that has, but I have mine set up to not use, to give me pictures with watermarks on it. So all these pictures so far are good to use. But like I said, you don't want to have anything that has somebody else's link on it. Like here's a good one that you could use that actually has the different food distributions that you can eat. Like right here, here's a one that you would not want to use because it has somebody else's advertising on it or logo on it.
Sheila.
So, yes.
How can I tell what have watermarks and ones that don't?
Okay, if you have one that had a watermark on it, it would have a distortion. So when you pulled up the picture, it would have like a swirl, or it would have a name going across it that was real light that you couldn't use. Yeah,
okay.
So those would have watermarks. Sometimes the pictures are encrypted, so when you go to save them, it won't let you save them.
Okay.
So anytime you have that, I'm going to see, let's see, Shane did one in our MSI chat. Let me see if I can find it that had a watermark on it. Hold on just a minute. Come on. Vision board. Where did Shane put that picture? There is and I'll show it because Shane used it and we all laughed because it was a watermark. It wasn't that far out. He might have taken it down because we all picked at him because it was a watermark picture. It was like, what are you doing? That's got a watermark on it. And but it was a funny picture. So he must have took it down. Let's see. I just went by it so fast. These are some vision boards some of the MSIs have done. There's Joan. Hey, Miss Joan. So, yeah, he must have took it down because I don't see it.
Okay.
We laughed at him. But when you see it, it'll have, like I said, it has distortions on it. It has, he might have put it in Prime Chat. Let's see. Yeah, this right here.
Way you could pull one up so that Gloria can see what you're talking about?
That's what I'm doing right now. So see this image right here? And you see how it has these cross sections on it? And it has this word Dreamtime. It has swirls in it. This is a watermark picture.
Okay.
All right. Now, it will have, and this is just what Dreamtime does. I actually subscribe to them. I haven't bought anything because I haven't been able to see anything that I like. so far that I can't find already that's free. But sometimes a lot of these companies that do pictures and images, they will have their logo or their name stamped across the image. Some images you'll come across, they'll have like this little squirrel on it. Some of them will have just anything that distorts the picture or looks like it's an overlay on the picture.
Okay.
You can't use it. It's a watermark. Okay.
I got you.
All righty.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. The other thing is before you go and save your pictures or store pictures, make sure you have a folder designated for images. A lot of people, they have their computer set up to where it just automatically stores it on your computer, and then you go to try to find it and you're like, I don't know where it went. So the best thing that you can do is when you go to your computer, you're going to have this file. A lot of people have this little file here that shows up on your computer. And if some of mine's over on the left, on the side, some of you have yours down towards the bottom. So it just depends on where your computer has it set up. So you want to click on that file, and it's going to give you a box like this. I use Microsoft because I have a Dell and an HP, so both of them look about the same because I use the same program, which is Microsoft. What's the other computer? Mac computers might be set up a little different, but they should all have a file folder. So once you get into the file folder, then I have my Dropbox downloaded because, like I said, I pay for the professional Dropbox. So I have mine downloaded here, and that's where I store my pictures. If you don't have the professional, or if your free Dropbox is full, then you have options on your computer. So you have the option for pictures should be there. You can actually have the option for documents should be on your computer. You have the option for music. So all of these should come standard on your computer. If not, I know Documents does. So you can just click on Documents. And once you get in there, you're going to have this folder or this toolbar up at the top. So in that toolbar, you should have this little icon that says New Folder. So then all you have to do is click on that, and you can name it Blogging Images. All right. And so there you have your folder for blogging images. All right. So then when you go to Google and you find a picture that you want to use, so we can get this one, you're going to right click on the image, and you always want to hit Save Image As, not just Save Image. So a lot of people will just click on Save Image, and it designates wherever you have your computer or your default computer has set up for saved stuff from the internet. If you go to Save Image As, it allows you to choose where you want to save that image. And it's going to pull up a box like this, and then you're going to select where you fix your folder. So we went to Documents. You're going to go to Blogging Images, and it's going to open up and be blank. And then you want to name your image. Don't just say image. So you're going to put this one as Keto Foods. All right. And you're going to click Save. So that saved it as Keto Foods. And then if there's another one you want to do, we're going to pick another one. Here's a great one. It says Keto Diet. It actually has a question on it. That will be great to use. We can use this one here. This one is another one for Keto Diet. So we're going to do the same thing. You're going to click Save Image As. And because you were in that folder, now it's going to automatically default to that folder every time you click Save Image As, because that's the last thing and place you were at. So it saves you some time going to hunt. But then again, you want to name your image so you know what your picture's for. So then here put Keto 2, and you can do Keto 1, Keto 2. If you want to actually name it what it is, you can put Keto Food Percentage. So that you know what your pictures are. And then as your pictures start to accumulate in your folders, then you can go in and actually fix those folders. So then you can go into your images and do a folder within a folder. So then you can click on a folder and do Keto Diet. Okay. And then you can drag those images into that folder, and you have all your images for keto in one place. And then you can come here and create another folder and say, well, I'm going for some wines, and just create your folder. And then you're going to say, well, I want to do something for weight loss,
Mhm.
you know, and create your folder. And then you're going to go back to your Google up here where you have keto diet. You can type in sleep and weight loss. Okay. And so then you have some different things right here. Like this one right here, it's got this name on it. I would never use this because they would look up this name automatically and go to her site. I don't want to do that. Here's another one. It says importance of weight loss and sleep. So let's click on this one and see if there's anything in there. Again, there's an email right here, easylivingtoday.com. I don't want to use that one, even though it's great. There's some programs I can use to fix that. So I'm going to actually save this one. So I'm going to hit save image as. There's no watermarks on it. So then it's going to automatically divert to my blogging folders. So then I'm just going to go right here to weight loss. And I am going to name this picture weight loss and sleep, or sleep and weight loss. Okay, and there's that picture in there. And then like this one's another good one, but see, he's got his personal logo on there, or personal picture. I don't want to use that one. Here's one right here. Again, it's got somebody's name on it, but there's no watermarks on here. So I'm actually going to this picture.
I like this one. I like the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi.
There you go. And
Are you going to show us how to take that name off?
I am.
Good, great.
That
Yep.
was my
Hey
next
Sheila, how about the one with the scale? Does sleep affect weight loss? That looks like a good one.
All right, let's see that one. Okay. So this one is actually, it has nothing on it. There's, well, there's a picture right here of somebody right here in the corner. So, but we can save this one and see what it looks like. So where'd it go? I lost it right here. So we're going to save as. And I'm going to put sleep and scale. All righty. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into this folder. And again, I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to put Velavita Zleam, so I know what it is, and I'm going to put these in this folder. And it's all about organization. Tanya's been going over that for the last couple of weeks. Same thing with here, even in your blogging system. And since I'm in weight loss, I'm actually going to put weight loss coffee, so I can put my coffee images in here. I'm going to put in brain. No, that's going to go somewhere different. Put something else in there. And this one's just going to be weight loss products, because we have the 24-hour carb burner, the carbs burner that we have for Valentis. We also have the hot chocolate for Valentis. This would be a great place if we didn't have the keto creamer. And the other one, you could put that in there. So right there we have our weight loss. You could actually put this whole folder in with weight loss. So then when you go to weight loss, you have your 4 folders that you're going to work in, because they're all diet related. So that's how you go in and do your folders. And then if you wanted to look for wine, you would do the same thing. You would come up here and type in wine. You can type in wine parties. You can type in wine tastings. You can type in red wines, white wines, however you want to do it. You actually have all these different things you can look up. If you wanted to look up clip art and do something funny, if you wanted to look up wine memes, you could do that. So there's all kind of things that you can look up for wine, and you want to follow the same guidelines. Like I would never use these pictures in my system because these are not wines we have. If you use wines, you want to use a generic one like this one. It has no name on it, but you can obviously see it's a red wine. Same thing with here. This is a beautiful picture right here of all the different wines we have, the different blends. You have the red, the white, and you have the blends. The blends are usually always darker. You can have like, I would never use this one because there's a label on it. Same thing with there, it's a label on it. This is great to show with wine and food pairings. This is a great one that you can use for all kind of things. I can think of all kind of stuff I can use with that one. So I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to come back to my blogging pictures, and I'm going to go to my wines, and I'm going to say wine clean backdrop. So I know that it's just a picture of a glass of wine. Here's another one that you can do with wine and friends. Here's another one that you can do, wine and serenity. You know, there's all kind of things you can do with this one. I'm going to save image as, and again, it's going to go right back to my wine because that's where I was. And put wine or meditation. You could do meditation, you know, however you want to name it. This is a great image you can use for wine. And you can do wine clubs because you see there's no labels on this picture. There's no watermarks. Here's another one you can do for wine tastings and pairings and wine with foods and friends. So there's all kind of different things you could use. Anything with a label I don't use. Same thing with here, no label, or it has a label, I wouldn't use it. This one, even though you can't see the label, there's still a label on it, I wouldn't use. This one looks like it's taken at somebody's home, so it's not very professional looking, I wouldn't use it. This one looks really good, this one looks really good. So you could use that one. This is a great one you could use for like a wine club to start your own wine cellar. So that would be a great picture to use there. Same thing with here. This is a great picture to use.
Okay.
So that's how I go and select my images. So even though Rory has his Dropbox that you can subscribe to, like I said, if you only have the free version, it's going to have a lot of space in it. And if you end up downloading the whole thing, you're going to end up not having any space. It's going to tell you that it's too big to download. So, but this is the same thing he does, the same technique he does. We all use it. This is a beautiful one. I got to use that one too. And I'm just going to do so like, see, that's kind of, you can play with that one. So that's one of the things that you can do with your images. Here's another one. It's just a wine bottle, depending on how you wanted to use it. This one, even though you can't see labels, it still has a label. You can see it's in a store on a shelf, so I wouldn't use that. It's too generic.
Question.
Yes.
So the clean backdrop that you're talking about there, you can use that backdrop to put a message in.
Yes, that's why I put it as clean. So when I go into my rabbit hole on Canva, then I have those images I can pull out and make memes with.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So there's different ways that you can go in and actually, you know, advertise your wine with images on Google. And you just search anything. If you want to look up for clothing, you know, you can do the same thing. Come here and find clothes. If you have a clothing company that you are marketing with, you know, like this one's children's clothes. I actually have a couple of children's affiliates. I can use these images when I go and update because I got to get ready to refresh my Easter page. So this is an image I can use for children's clothing. Same thing with women. If you wanted to look up spring dresses or weddings, I actually have a company that does wedding dresses. So I can do wedding dress. And then here's all the different wedding dresses I can pull up and put on my picture, on my page, you know, and download them. So there's several different things that you can do. You can find anything as long as it's a clean image without a watermark or a logo or any kind of distortion or advertising for somebody else, then it's a free ad to use. If you try to download it or save it, that's a gorgeous dress. If you try to download and save it and it won't save, then that means it has an encryption in it and you can't use it.
Mhm.
Okay? Does that help anybody, everybody?
Yes.
Sheila,
Yes.
I've noticed that that's something new, at least to me, that if you choose a picture and you try to pull it into your page, you'll get a big old thing that says, eh. So is that a protection in case we pick one mistakenly?
No, that is with your website. That means either your internet speed's too slow or you're running out of space in your storage for your website.
Oh, no,
And
I was speaking about the fact that if you're taking an image that might be
Yeah.
protected, you'll get a message.
No. If it's protected, it will not allow you to download it at all.
Right. So that keeps us from getting in trouble if that
Yeah.
happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You'll have to excuse me, my nose
That-
is itching.
That's not foolproof, though. You gotta pay
No, it's
attention
not.
to
Yeah.
pay attention to the web page and make
Watermark.
sure there's no watermarks or
Yeah.
logos or stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just
So-
saying, if you happen to overlook one, you have a
Yeah.
chance of that coming up.
Most watermark images will allow you to download them, and because if they find them, and they do search for their images with that watermark on them, if they find them, your website will be taken down and you will be fined. So be very cautious of that. That you don't. If they are encrypted, you can't download them at all. But most watermark images, you can still download them. Unfortunately.
Okay.
But you could clearly see it's a watermark, right?
Not always. That's why I always, when you're doing an image, I always pull it up. Because sometimes on smaller ones like this, you can't see that watermark. But when you blow it up, you can see that watermark. Watermarks are very light. A lot of them are. And sometimes you won't even know it's a watermark. Sometimes it looks like it's part of the image. It might be like a little bubble overlay where it looks like there's raindrops dropping down. And it's not. Huh? Hello? So sometimes that's one of the things that you have to always blow up your image to make sure that there's no distortion on it at all.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes they just look like, it's a flaw in a picture.
Yeah. And sometimes the image will look like it's out of focus. That's an encryption.
Okay.
So yeah. That's why I always say the cleaner the picture, the more focused it is, the better it is for you. Okay. All right, so what's our next question? Come on, guys. I know you got questions. Y'all know I could talk all day, but I want to hear what y'all have to ask. Y'all's questions. No?
Comment.
Okay.
I got my granddaughter
Mm-hmm.
is having her 6th birthday party today, so I got to leave in about 10 minutes or so.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you what I use to get rid of that email. All right.
Yeah.
So I use Canva. Canva is a free program that you can use, and you can do just about anything you want to with images. So I always go to where it says create a design, and you want to always choose a design that you can use anywhere. I like to use the blog banners, and then sometimes I have to downsize them. I pay for Canva, so this is not one of the free programs. This is actually one of the paid programs, but there's all different ones. I know for sure that if you wanted to do the Facebook cover, that usually fits just about everywhere except for US Net ads. You have to downsize it. So then once you come into Canva, then you can go to upload, and then it's going to ask you, what do you want to upload? I want to upload media. And then it's going to ask me where I want to upload it from, my device. And then it's going to ask me to choose. And so then I'm going to go to my folder, my document, I'm going to go to my blogging images. I'm going to go to my weight loss. And I think that was keto. Was that keto? Yes. No, wasn't keto. Where was it? This one. Okay. So we're going to pull up this one right here. And it's going to download it. And then I'm going to put it right here. And it's going to make it really small. So then I'm going to play with it to get it to the size I want it. Okay. Now you see this images around here. It allows me to size up this image, this photo. You see it's already starting to distort with the colors. The wording's starting to get fuzzy. So I'm going to bring this back in a little bit. And then right down here at the bottom, I'm going to go up and there's remove that.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow, that's easy.
Yep. And then if I want to play with it, you know, you have options to do backgrounds. So you can actually choose a background in here. So if you wanted to do one for colors, you have patterns, you have gradients. It all just depends on which one you want to use. You can actually pull a color out that matches part of that. If you want to be a little bit more subtle, you can. And then, you know, but you have that. You can actually just leave it as a white background. If you want to go back and do white, just leave it as a white background, and then you're going to download it. Okay. And then you go to download, and it's going to ask you where you want to download it. Sometimes it pulls where you want to download it, where you want to put this under your blogging images, and you want to put it under your weight loss. And we had this under weight loss coffee. No, it wasn't. It was under weight lean. No, where was it? Oh, that's because I got it under side. So then we're going to come here and we're going to title it and we're going to say clean. Okay. And then save. All right. And then if you want to see what it looks like, depending on your computer, how it's set up, you can open it up and there's your image. There's no picture on there. There's no, it's basically clean. Okay.
Okay,
And then-
now the question that I have is,
Mhm.
What I was hoping you would do is replace that little pink thing down there at the bottom with your information.
And we can go back to Canva. And
Yeah.
we're gonna change this because this is too big for this image. So I'm just gonna come back here and resize it. And I'm gonna put it as a logo. Okay. And then I can open it from there. And then from here, I can move it around. And then I'm just gonna create a logo. I'm just gonna come here to text, do a heading, and then and you don't want to put your HTTP on there. I know a lot of people's like, well, you didn't put HTTP. I don't want to put HTTP. And this is where you can come and start playing with this. You know, you got that right there. Put your link under there. If you want to make it smaller, you can. Just move it in.
Sheila,
Yes.
what you doing with this picture? Is that cropping?
No, I'm actually creating my own image. This is the program I use. So if you are, and I don't tell anybody to start working with this unless you finish with your images or you're finished with your pages, because this is a rabbit hole. I find myself in it all the time. But my pages,
I'll say I went in once and I'm done. I'm not going back.
Yeah, you can get lost in here for days. I'm like Rory. I literally wake up in the middle of the night and it's like, oh God, I got to go finish this. I got an idea and I come here and I create. And then once I start, I can't stop. That's what I was doing when I got up this morning. But yeah, so you can come in here
That sounds
and
like
create.
me.
I can't help it. It's just it's just part of me. And the other thing you can do is when you get in here is, you know, they have different photos, they have backgrounds. So you can come in here and look up photos. You can look up a template. Like here's one that I used. You can, you know, just find all kind of different things. If you want to type in border, and it has all these different borders. So you could actually put a border around here, you know, turn it around, make it bigger, you know, and just however you want to do it, you know, but you want to make sure that won't work with that, so you just trash it. But that's how you can go in and create different things when you have that image. You know, if you have one that has just that little one and you want to put your link there, then that's all you do is you just move it up, take it off, and then save it and download it to your folder, and then you have your image. But it's just, you know, a good thing. If you don't have Canva, then you have, depending on your system, you can go in and search for Paint. Paint's a good one that you can use. So you can go up here and type in Paint.
Paint,
And
okay.
Paint.
That's, isn't that a
Microsoft program.
yeah, that comes with Microsoft, doesn't it?
Yep, comes with Microsoft. And then all you would have to do from here is you would find your image. So you'd go to your folder and you would find your image. Once I find out what folder I put it in. And like this one, so you can do the same thing, and you're gonna just minimize it, and you're gonna drop and drag it there, and you can do the same thing. It's gonna ask you to just play with it. So here it's
See,
gonna
it
ask
didn't
you.
save it without that pink on the bottom that's got somebody's website on it.
Yeah, that's what I
didn't
said.
save.
You can crop it, so you can come in here and play with it. See, you can crop it up and get rid of it. So there it is.
So with that, can you cover that up with an opaque background for your URL?
Yeah, so I don't know. It depends on how deep this is embedded on whether or not you
Okay.
can do that. So that's why I say you can
Just
play with the images that you find. It's better to try to find one that's clean than to try to manipulate one. But if you can't and it's one you really want, then yeah, most definitely, you know, there's options out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
good, thank you.
You're
Sheila,
welcome.
how do you get that background to stay? I've got several backgrounds that pop up on my computer as it's loading. And I wanted to ask you about that because you got this background that pops up. It's got your icons over to the left.
We'll go over that in personal training. Yeah, this
Okay,
is
sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Just remind me when we get together. And tell me what your schedule is this week so I can smash mine up because I'm running out of space for us, dear.
Oh boy.
All right, so what's the next question?
I got a question about the pictures.
Okay, go ahead.
If I've got something, I mean, I don't have a lot, I've got, you know, a few of my pages done. If I've got a picture in one of my pages that I'm now questioning about whether I can use it or not, is there a way to check it, or you just have to search it and find it again?
Yeah, if you have the picture in your site, all you have to do is click on that picture, and you can look at it from there. Just double click on your picture, let it come up in your media library, and then just blow it up, and you can see.
Oh, so it'll still be presented no matter whether you paste it or put it into your page as it originally was. So you'll be able to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to come just like you copied it. So if you copied it over and it's got a watermark on it, it'll still have that watermark on it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Next question. Anything about your site, how to get links, how to copy a post, anything? Well, we'll get ready to do that next. So I'm going